65% completion average last year is pretty good. I guess basically I appreciate everybody taking their time to come out. Decisions that have been made. As you know, last Tuesday morning, I guess it was approximately 8 a.m., I received a phone call from Lieutenant Governor Kinder, where he informed me that he was going to launch an initiative that would prohibit elected officials from doing any political consulting. For the record, I want everyone to know I am totally comfortable with his proposal. I have no problem with it, and the future leaders of the state are happy and willing, and whatever they want to enact or what laws they want to pass or rules they want to change, I'm totally fine with it. And if I come back to the legislature, I'll follow any rules that they have, just as we followed all the rules that are in place on today's current laws. But what I was a little bit surprised at, his conversation confused me for a couple different reasons. One, it wasn't just that he was making a proposal, it was that he had some very negative things to say about me personally. And then when I watched some of his press conferences and read some of his reports, I mean, he was kind of attacking me personally. It was way beyond just a proposal for a law change. And I was confused at that because I wondered, why would the Lieutenant Governor be doing this now? For instance, when I first had my consulting company and the press, we disclosed it, the press reported it, Peter never said a word. Shortly after that, I asked the Ethics Commission to give me an opinion on could I do it? How should I do it? They offered that opinion. They said it was totally legal under the laws. I could do it, that I needed to fully disclose it, which I did. And since then, I've followed every rule they've said. And they did say they had some reservations and that if I didn't do it right, it could cause problems, but we have done it 100% perfectly right. And Peter never said a word during that press time when it was talked about. Shortly after that year, you may not remember, but there was an ethics bill before the House, and Rada Days offered an amendment on the Senate floor that would have prohibited any elected official from doing any political consulting, both federal or state candidates. That amendment was debated and then withdrawn and never did pass. And what they did do is they put a different amendment in that said we had to disclose who we were working for. I supported that amendment, I voted for that bill, and I have followed that bill and disclosed everyone who I'm working for. At that time, Peter could have come out, he's the presiding officer of the Senate, could have weighed in on the debate, could have offered an opinion. He said nothing. Now Peter says that he's been stewing on this for, what did he say, a pebble in his shoe, and stewing on this for the last year, and wanted to offer something during session but didn't, which is a great time to offer something if you want to change the law. And he didn't offer anything. And what I found was the most bewildering to me was that in January, when Governor Blunt unexpectedly announced he wasn't going to run for office, Peter was going to run. Peter called me and asked me if I would support him and endorse him. And I said I'd think about it. And shortly after that, David Barklage, Peter's longtime political advisor, who's managed him on some of his major races, called me and said, "Hey, Rob, we really want you on. We want you to endorse Peter. We'd like you to come out and help. We want to hire you to be one of the top 2 positions in the campaign, give you a very high visibility role. We need you to win this race. Peter can beat Jay Nixon. You know he's the best candidate to run against Jay, and we want you on board." At the time, as you know, I didn't endorse him. I endorsed Holsoff, and I know Peter was bitter about that. He had some angry words for me, and he was disappointed. That's probably where our friendship took a little bit of a turn. I had nothing personal against Peter. I just thought Kenny was a good candidate. But what shocked me about the phone call at 8 o'clock Tuesday was, how could you want to hire me to be on your campaign team and help you win a political campaign in January, but in June or July, whenever it was last week, you say that I shouldn't be a political consultant? Now, that being said, I want to reiterate that everything I have done with this consulting company is lawful, it's legal, and I have fully disclosed it all along the way. We've ethically followed all the rules and been upfront and above board on everything that we've done. I do not represent any special interest. I don't do any lobbying. As a matter of fact, I have only consulted for 4 people, or for candidates for political office. You know, Romney, Mayor, Luann, and Bob Under for Congress.
Jason Crowell.
I'm sorry, I left out Jason Crowell too. All candidates for office, no special interest, no lobbying, no anything like that. And let me tell you why. I really believe in the people that I'm helping. I've got a good track record. I've been able to win a lot of legislative races around the state. I've got a lot of people asking me to work on their campaigns, just like Peter's people did. I've turned down many of them, but there's a few that are good friends of mine who I believe that they will make the right decisions to advance the conservative agenda that I support. That's why I do this, and that's why I want to help those people get elected. So far, all Peter did is he came out and he made some unbiased attacks, accused me of things that he had no proof or no facts. If you look at the facts, he's trying to say that I could do special favors for my clients. Well, let's look at the facts. Danny Moore, a very good friend of mine, who I just think the world of, is running against Bob Onder for Congress, right? Well, I was supportive and did what I could to help advance Danny's bill this year that she passed out of the Missouri House into the Senate, and that bill was passed after they were both running for Congress. Now, if I was trying to manipulate something, why would I do that? Because I like Danny and I support her issues. That's why I did it. Jason Crowell got 0 bills passed this last year. He's my best friend and roommate, right? I didn't like some of his bills, actually. I kill a few of his bills from time to time, and he didn't get any bills this year. A few of them died in the House. Last year he got some. I think Rob Mayer passed about the same amount of bills this year as he did last year. Not done anything to help him. Lou Ann Ridgway, she's been up and down. I've got a little sheet here I'll give you that has Griesheimer and Roop, who are not clients of mine, just normal senators. Some years they pass more, some years they pass less. No one has received special treatment, including Bob Onder. And I want to be very clear. His 2 bills when he was a freshman in 2007. One of them passed the legislature out of the House to the Senate. It died in the Senate. It was his immigration bill. This year he filed those bills again. I referred those bills, and he had hearings on those bills before we ever even knew he was going to run for Congress, because Governor Blunt, got jumped out unexpectedly. And so also Bob went to the caucus and got his 2 bills identified as caucus priorities. You don't know about that process, but once that happens, the chairman, the speaker, the floor leader are all obligated to help those bills along. And I just did exactly what I do. And don't forget, I don't control the floor. Once I get it to the floor, it's Steve Tilley's decision as the floor leader what he does. So no one has ever gotten any special treatment from me or not gotten treatment from me. I look at the bills, I help them if I like them, and if I don't like them, I don't help them. I didn't help, there's certain bills, you know how that works. Now, there are several other legislators that are consultants, that have worked in campaigns, that receive income from other candidate committees. I've never seen anybody do anything wrong in that. Democrats help their liberal Democrat friends because they want to see them get elected and advance their agenda. That's the same thing I do as a conservative, and many and other folks have as well. I believe the attack should stop. It's not helpful for our party. Does it do anything? These are not the issues that people care about right now. People care about gas prices, illegal immigration. They care about food prices. They care about health care. That's why I'm supporting a guy like Bob Onder. He's got a plan. He's got solutions for that. That's what he wants to talk about. Nobody wants to get in, and why we want to get in our party in something petty like this is just beyond me. I'll finish before I answer any questions. I just want to say we've done everything to follow the rules. No one, including Peter Kinder, has shown any place where I have broken the rule or not done this right or not followed the laws that the Ethics Commission enforces and has said that I'm following. I just am committed to trying to help other conservative Republicans get elected to office so that they can change the state and continue doing some of the things that I feel we've been able to do the last few years.